30 grand and Bubba.
Well, that was absolutely cocked.
Hello, good evening. A very warm welcome to Daz's Football Stand this evening. We're live for this week in football. Yes, we're back again with episode number 30 of what has been a pretty long but rather entertaining series. It's got to be said. I've actually rather enjoyed doing this. It was an idea that I'm pretty certain I came up with. I think it may have been other people involved as well, but I can't remember. But ever since the series started, it's gone rather well. So, yeah, I'm happy with how it's gone. Episode 30 now. So, it's been quite a long series, but you know what? We're not at the end of it yet, and we're not at the end of the season yet either. Welcome those who've just joined. Let's have a look at the live chat. No, I don't want to put that one that says we can't show game footage in there because that's for the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Great camera freeze. Don't you just love it? Right, let's try that again. There we go. Let's look at the comments then. So Joe Jumping, hello. Who's here today? Well, I mean, you can tell who's here. It's me, Owen, and Garrick. I don't know whether Max was actually supposed to join us or what's happening. But, yeah, obviously not. He's obviously not on here at the minute. We might be joined by Mask United player at about 7 o'clock-ish, which will be good for me. Super Curtis Round could be coming on today. Hello, famous man and boys. It's Scotty B. Missing comments since Matt. Yeah, I was missing a few comments last week, wasn't I? I wasn't really on the ball, but I think I was shattered last week. Is it starting? It's already started. Bet you had your famous, famous daddy. I think you mean famous dinner. Good spelling. Famous dinner. You have your dinner at 3 o'clock. Actually, on a Monday I do because I don't have my dinner until I come back from TVFM, which is normally at 2:30. So I didn't actually have my dinner till 3 o'clock, and then I have my tea normally after the stream. So, I mean, not everyone has their dinner at 5 o'clock like a lot of people, but. I'm different. Everyone's different, I suppose, at the end of the day. Do us a favour, drop a like. That would be absolutely marvellous. So we've got quite a bit to talk about, actually. A lot of it to do with the internationals and obviously to do with the World Cup tour, which takes place on Friday. Crazy. I'm currently cooking, hence my bad spelling. Oh, right. That's nice. Okay, fair enough. So we'll get started, obviously. Obviously, Borough weren't playing, neither were Brighton, obviously, with the internationals. Did Brighton's women play? Because I remember seeing something about them playing. I did watch some of the women's football, actually. And United's women's won 3-1 against Everton. Saw that game, and that was for a women's game, actually. I mean, I've seen some women's games that that have been absolutely cack. Then again, I've seen loads of men's games that have been cack as well. But I actually quite enjoyed watching the United women's game. And then I saw the Chelsea women's game, and they won 9-0 against Leicester. So Leicester lost 9-0 instead of winning 9-0. Makes a change. But they weren't great. Cambridge, I'm pretty certain, played at the weekend, didn't you?
Yep.
Yep. And
beat Wimbledon. Beat Wimbledon away. This week, yeah, big win. Yeah, big win in the capital. Hopefully, that pretty much. We haven't secured safety, but I mean, it's pretty much. We're nearly there. I think with that win, it's huge. Obviously, Adam May with a brilliant goal, actually, outside the box, 25 yards out. I mean, the keeper parried it in, but. You have to take those, and yeah, I mean, it was a good win. I think, especially away from home, we haven't been amazing. So to get 3 points like that was pretty good.
And obviously, I am actually pleased for you because also former Hartlepool place got the assist, Joe Ironside. He's done well for you, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been brilliant. He's he's been probably one of our most reliable players. I remember in the FA Cup run before we got to Newcastle, he was brilliant. And as against Newcastle, I'm not sure. I don't think he played. I'm trying to think whether he played against Newcastle or not, but he got us there, and he was one of our best players. So if he's from Hartlepool, then you must be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, he's done quite well actually for years. Pauline in the chat, hello. I demand the FIFA World Cup Qatar to be cancelled. Well, I'm afraid it's tough because it won't be cancelled. They're at fault. It's not Qatar's fault that they were actually given the tournament when they had no stadiums. It was FIFA's fault for giving them it. I saw Canadians say Brazil were the only better team. He's delusional then, because there's some really good teams in the World Cup. And I will go through the teams that have already qualified a bit later on in the show. Yes, I am. He says bad. I don't know why he says bad boy, but I am on the Iron Brew tonight, pal. I guarantee Liam will be busy. I guarantee Liam will buy more disco lights. Liam's actually not available tonight because he's out with he's out somewhere with the college or something tonight. Whatever. Upcoming streams, please. I'll tell you them in a bit. Actually, all I will say is it's going to be a pretty busy week. I will take FIFA to court. Good luck.
Right.
Right, let's go for the Iron Brew, even though we're not on 10 likes. You know the drill. Get us to 10 likes. I'm thirsty, so I just felt like opening it now. Get us to 10 likes as usual. That'd be great. Make sure you get involved throughout all the discussions. Oh, balls. All right, here we go. Up your nose.
I've got this vinegar. I've got this vinegar. No,
you haven't got your vinegar.
I finished the other one. I finished it. No, I didn't drink it. I didn't drink it before everyone says anything. No.
He's got his bottle of vinegar. That's it. It's hard to, isn't it? It's hard to believe, isn't it, that we're already at episode 30. And we only started, I think, just before the Euros.
Was that with the first episode before the first group game?
I can't even remember when the first episode was. I've slept since then.
Yeah. I do remember it was around then, though. Yeah,
it was quite a while ago, actually.
It's nearly been a year, actually. In June, it'll be a year.
I'll have a look, actually.
I remember doing it around June time, I think. No, wasn't it when the Super League was on? Maybe even May.
Oh, it might have been, actually, yeah.
I remember we made some video about the Super League. I guess it was around April time. And then...
Here we go. Promotions, relegations, and more. This is like the first this is where it all started. And this was back on the... It has nearly been a year. The 30th of April.
Wow, in 2 days, it's a year anniversary.
We've done it for nearly a year. Well, I say we've done it for nearly a year. We've missed weeks as well.
By the looks of it, we've missed nearly half of a week.
Probably missed about 3 months worth.
Not forgetting on that.
To get 30 episodes in a year, and it's only once a week. Yeah.
So does this show count? Does this show count as the year anniversary or the next one?
No, because this is the 28th of March, 30th of April.
Oh, April. Sorry, I forgot what month we're in.
When is the 30th of April? 30th of April is a Saturday, so the
2nd of May then.
2nd of May
would be the 1 year.
I demand you to sing Auld Lang Syne. Oh, I'll take it to court. Shout all the acquaintance never brought to life. Shout all. Right, whatever. I don't even know after the lyrics.
Actually,
on the take of Auld Lang Syne. Only send them in New Year, pal.
Right. Not going to court.
If you like the singing, drop a like. If you didn't, still drop a like. You asked for it and I delivered. Thank you very much. There you go. I hope you drop a like for that now. Likely to take me to court just for not singing a song.
I mean, yeah, we've had 9 so far, so we might get the 10th in just because of that.
Well, it says 10 on my screen.
It says 9, but on mine,
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Rumours have it that the channel will go for another 3 years, and I feel we'll see a big change with the channel. Well, you've already had less streams this year because of all the things going on. So, yeah, it's been a cack year. I mean, it has been a cack year for me so far. Lost 2 family members in the space of 45 days. That was January and the start of March. So it's not gone very well, has it? I demand justice for...
Oh, Owen's gone.
Oh, I'm back now.
Right. Because you're busy at work. Whatever. I don't really work as such at the minute. Because of my bloody physical problems, I can't get anywhere at the moment. So I'm just sticking with the radio stuff. But I'm not on radio now until the start of May because it's Ramadan. All the shows on the radio station are now just going to be Ramadan based. Less streams this year, but you know, well, it's not. I haven't been well. It's just mentally it's been a nightmare. Let's get started then. First thing, obviously, I think we know probably one of the biggest shocks in probably a long time was North Macedonia knocking out Italy. What a sad game. And that's what you get for beating England in the final. But it was a surprise, really, wasn't it? And you look at the stats, and Italy had like 30-odd shots, and they couldn't kick a barn door. So they got a sucker punch, didn't they? Trajowski, I think it was, wasn't it, with the goal in the 92nd minute. It was one of the biggest shocks probably one of the biggest shocks in World Cup history, really, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, I didn't watch the game just because I thought that Italy were gonna, beat them quite comfortably. So I've got to say I was chuckling to myself whenever they scored. I was. It was a bit of vengeance, even though they still won the Euros. It was kind of nice to see them sort of upset, but yeah, I mean it was a great goal actually. To be fair, was it Donnarumma in goal?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I mean to beat Donnarumma from there.
That had to be a good strike, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a hell of a goal. So yeah, fair play to North Macedonia, and unlucky Italy, unlucky. Better luck next time.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's have a look. Oh, right. Was he? I don't know if he was on about March channel, actually, to be honest. Let's have a look. What was he on about? I think he was on about March channel, actually. I'm not sure, but... So, hey, it would be great if you did go back to YouTube. But I said it's all down to whether you feel like you can do it again.
Yeah, I'm looking into it. Whether what I'm looking at doing has the audience, but yeah, I'll see. I'll probably need to buy some kit and stuff for that.
Yeah. Cousin had a Twitch channel, and then he worked his channel and went bang bang. Well, I don't do Twitch anyway. It's cack. Max, are you coming on the stream? Because you said you probably would be, but you didn't say exactly whether you were or not. I mean, if you are anyway, the link is in the chat. I'm on about on the Instagram. So we've got a group chat on Instagram for the show. So I just put the link in there. The link is in the Instagram chat, by the way, Max, if you are coming on. I demand justice for Savannah Guthrie and Knowlton Nash. Riley Merson, Miss Bot. Who the hell are they? So I'm going to say I have no idea who you're going on about. Yeah, it was very surprising. And North Macedonia, I think the fact they scored goals at Euro 2020, yeah, they were one of the worst teams in the tournament, but the fact that they actually got some goals, and I'm pretty certain they scored. I'm pretty certain they scored more goals than England in the group stage. They scored against. Who were they playing? They scored against Austria. They scored against.
They scored against Netherlands.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain they scored 3 goals and England got 2, or both scored 2. I don't know, but
because they had Ukraine, didn't they? In that group
they had
as
either
well.
the same amount, or they had more goals than England in that group stage, and they were debutants. I think the fact they scored in the Euros gave them, I'd say, it gave them confidence going on. And look at them now; they're into a World Cup playoff final, and they're going to get absolutely beaten by Portugal. At the minute, with the way Cristiano Ronaldo is, and it could be his last World Cup, it's not the sort of team you want to come up against, certainly if you're North Macedonia. But will Portugal be wary of their attack, considering what they've just done against Italy? Never know. You never know. England didn't score much. No, we didn't yet. We still got to the final. Italy deserved that. I love North Macedonia now. Yep, it was quite interesting, wasn't it? But do you think Portugal will be wary? I'll just sat here.
No, I think, to be fair, Portugal. I mean, they're not rubbish, North Macedonia, but it's like how you always say, Daryl. You know, don't underestimate anyone. Don't underestimate them. And but I think Portugal have enough players going forward to outscore them. I think Portugal's defense isn't. They've got João Cancelo and stuff, so like they've got a few good players, but I think they'll beat North Macedonia comfortably. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they score, but Portugal win like 3-1. But they'll be wary, yeah.
Yeah, Kavik?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit off topic, but I saw some stat where since something like 2002 or something like that, every World Cup winner in the next World Cup, they go out in the group stage. Now, Italy have broken that in that they're out in the qualifying. Was it?
Yeah.
No. That's not right, is it?
I know. I know what you're on about. It's the World Cup winner, isn't it? The World Cup winner.
That's right, because Italy the Euros winners.
Yeah.
Well, it is correct, actually, because it is true.
Well, it's right logic, just wrong teams.
So France needs to go out the group stages at the World Cup.
I don't think France got past the group stage in 2010. Spain got knocked out. They were 2010 champions, 2012 Euro champions as well. 2014, they finished bottom of the group. And then Germany lost to bloody South Korea and got knocked out in 2018. That was embarrassing, that.
So France, so France have to be knocked out in group stages.
France could go out the group stage. It all depends on who they get, though. I mean,
I bet they get England. I bet we get
England. God help us. That'll be different. Be a very, very difficult game. Make sure you get involved in live chat, by the way, throughout the stream. I've no idea what this Pauline is going on about. God knows. Spain was shocking in 2014 World Cup. It was embarrassing, wasn't it, to be honest with you?
Yeah, I remember watching that. It was something like 5-1 against the Netherlands and the Van Persie header. I remember that.
That was a remarkable match. That really, really was.
It would have been about 8 at the time, but I still remember it fairly well.
Yeah. So Italy are out of the World Cup. North Macedonia could be joining them as well if they lose to Portugal. I think they might get a goal against Portugal, but against Italy, they only had 4 shots yet they scored, and Italy didn't score any of their 32 shots. So, bye-bye. So, you never know. You never know football. It's a very funny old game, isn't it, these days? There's loads of teams who are a lot of people would say, oh, they're cack, they're farmers or whatever, and the big top teams. You know, stranger things have happened before. I mean, Cambridge, for example, knocked out Newcastle United. Everyone was saying 3-0, 4-0, 5-0 Newcastle.
Exactly.
Strange things have happened before, certainly this season. You can't underestimate anyone.
I mean, no one would have said that England were going to make the final of the Euros, and we were there.
I mean, I was surprised we did, given how we were playing, because I didn't think we were good at all in that
Well,
tournament.
yeah, after drawing with Scotland. I mean,
Yeah.
was bad.
I was thinking we would be knocked out by Germany, because obviously we always are.
I was expecting that, but
And then the Netherlands got knocked out. So I thought, if we're going to beat Germany, surely we're going to get knocked out by the Netherlands. No. Or Spain, I think it was before we were going to have. But then they got knocked out.
When we beat Germany, it would have been Ukraine or Sweden. And then we beat Ukraine 4-0. The semi-finals was Denmark. And I can't remember who they beat.
Was it Croatia? Or was it no?
Croatia lost to Spain. And Spain played Italy in the semi-finals. We played Denmark. I can't remember now, to be honest with you, but I do know it was definitely Ukraine or Sweden, and Ukraine won it last minute in extra time. So I was saying bye to Sweden. Classic. But it was definitely Ukraine or Sweden we would have gone up against. I mean, either way, I think we would have beaten either. So wouldn't have made much difference. The Ukraine game was our best game of the tournament by a country mile, actually. We just absolutely walloped them. You know, you come up against a team like Ukraine, you're thinking, oh, they're a good side. You know, we should, we might, I think we'll win it. But I think Ukraine will put up a good test. They barely tested us once. So it's very strange, isn't it, how a game of football can plan out. So you never know. You never know. Football's a very, very funny game. But Italy are out. And a new team comes into the World Cup after beating Jamaica. It's the Canadians. Now, what a fantastic, what a great achievement this is for them. 1986 was the last time they got to the World Cup finals, and they were described as the worst ever World Cup team at that point. So they're hoping not to do that again. Now, if you look at Canada's, some of the players who play for Canada, really world-class players. There's obviously Fonzie, or as I just call him, Meep, because that's our dying treat out whenever he's on the ball. It's films here. So you've got Canada in there. You've got Alphonso Davies. You've got Jonathan David as well. Another pretty quality player as well. There's some great players, really, really good players in that team. And I'll just try and find the other ones as well, actually. Blah, blah, blah. When I can find them. Yeah, Canada. Let's have a look. No, that's the wrong thing. Where are we? Right, Canada. Here we go. So the big Jamaica 4-0. You've got players in the Canadian squad. Just have a look here. You've got Jonathan David. You've got obviously Alphonso Davies. Antunes from Porto. Junior Hoylett as well. Also, who else is there? I'm sure there's other players. Blah blah blah. Let's have a look. I'm trying to find the other players that are actually from the English leagues. I can't find them actually. This is great. Oh, there's Hutchinson, who's the centre back from Besiktas. So a lot of people will look at the Canadian side and be like, yeah, they're not on paper, they're not a brilliant side, but in reality, they're they're a team that could cause a few teams a few problems. I mean, they've already finished top. They're finishing top of the North American qualifications, which I will say has some decent sides actually in it. The United States, Mexico, Costa Rica, who were in the 2014 World Cup as well. Honduras, that were in the 2014 one as well. You know, Panama, there's a few good sides that have actually been in the World Cup before. But Canada just seemed to well and truly finish teams off. And they will be qualified unless they lose 6-0 to Costa Rica, which I don't think is likely to be the case. Oh, Scott Arfield as well. Yeah, he plays for Canada as well, doesn't he? So you look at some of the players and you're thinking, I mean, you can only pick out certain players because a lot of the players I don't know too much about, but the likes of Davies, David, Hutchinson, the centre-back, Scott Arfield, etc. There's some good players in that team. The question, depending on who they get in the World Cup draw on Friday, do you think they'll pose a threat in the tournament?
I think there's always that chance. I mean, you could go through with a win and a draw in the World Cup. That's how it is. You just have to have basically one team just not have a good day. But although I say that, it's always going to be tough. I mean, they don't really have experience in the World Cup, obviously, or whatever. I don't know if they're in whatever tournament they have it out there, but I think they will put up a fight in these games. We see Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David. So yeah, I do see a fight. Just I don't think they'll progress much further.
No, I think it all depends on who they get in the actual, who they actually get in the draw as well. It's one of the things. If they come up against a team like France or Brazil or something like that, then I don't see them doing very well. If they come up against a big name, then they'll struggle, but they'll be up for it. You know, and that's the thing, they'll be really up for it. And they've got some good players. Obviously, David, Davies, etc. And obviously, Alphonso Davies. You know, Canada will be really up for it. You know, it's their first World Cup tournament in 36 years. And they did CAC in 1986. So they'll be open to go one better and actually try and maybe get out of the group stage. But, and I don't know whether Owen's the same, but I agree with Garrick. I don't think, even though Canada, I think, will pose a threat to a lot of teams, I don't think they'll progress.
No, I'd agree with that. I'd say they're good. I think they've got some obviously Alphonso Davies and stuff like the players you guys mentioned like Jonathan David. They've got some really talented players individually, but I think in the World Cup you almost need to have that kind of team unit to actually win games. And I just feel like it's sort of I think they'll score. I think they'll score one or two goals. But I don't see them qualifying through the group. As you guys said, it depends on who they get. But I mean, they're likely to get really hard teams, so I doubt it, to be honest. But they might be fun to watch. Actually, they might be good to watch.
I saw the highlights because they were showing the highlights on Sky Sports News, and I'm actually currently watching Sky Sports News in case any breaking news does come in whilst we're on. So I come prepared as usual, just in case anything comes up. And they showed the highlights of the Canada game, and Canada just absolutely obliterated them. They really did. They obliterated them. Jamaica just didn't really know what to do. Canada had way too much for them. But it's about it. Jamaica as well. I was very surprised by Jamaica because Jamaica were meant to have a rather good side. And there's a lot of players from England, isn't it? I've no idea. Don't ask. By the way, about that, I haven't a clue. But excuse me, Jamaica were meant to have some good players in it. Who was it? Michael Antonio for starters. Jamaica just looked really, really poor. Who's actually in there? Squad? Let's have a look. Who did he have in the squad? So there's Mariappa. Used to play for Watford, actually. He's now somewhere in America. There's Blake, who plays in he plays in the MLS. Another player that a lot of people know well. Leon Bailey is Jamaican as well. No, that's not who I thought it was. I thought it was somebody else. Let's have a look. Who else is there? A lot of the players in this team are sort of like a lot of from MLS. Wavell Morrison, who I'm pretty certain was English, is now Jamaican. So Wavell Morrison's in that team. He's a good player. He really is a good player. And I'm surprised he's not been. I didn't even know he was actually with Jamaica at first. I thought he was with England. I was wondering why he didn't get many call-ups. Because he's not with England, is he? But that makes sense. Leon Bailey. Who else am I missing out? There's Antonio, obviously. Antonio is now Jamaican. I can't think of who else now. There's loads of good players in the.
I was going to say.
And I can't.
I was going to say Wes Morgan be's retired. He was one of the only people I actually remember. Jamaican.
Yeah, Wes Morgan. He was a good one. I can't even remember now.
Yeah, I was going to say Wan-Bissaka, but I think he's Congo. He was thinking. I think he's still in England, but
he's still England. Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I thought he was going to represent Congo at one point, but.
I can't remember. Can't remember now, to be honest with you. The hope for Canada is that the current crop of players in Sipway, good spelling, the next generation, like Dempsey and Donovan did with the United States. Well, aren't we going back to 2010 here, aren't we, with when they were playing? And I know the United States did well in 2010. They're hosting the 2026 World Cup. So we'll see them, and I believe Mexico both in that tournament, because I'm pretty certain, isn't it? Aren't they both doing it together? So you were saying Mexico, I'm pretty certain 2026. So we'll probably see both of them countries in there. United States, well, I mean, they're not a bad side either, but Canada just seem to be levels above them in that, in them, what they're called, in the qualification round. They were just levels above the other teams. I mean, when you're on, how many points are on? I think they're only on 28 points, but I think that's only, that's out of 39. But a lot of the teams in that, in the qualification round up in the North Americas aren't particularly great, are they?
No.
So,
well, like Panama are in there. Panama.
Panama, and they did well. They got to the 2018 World Cup, and then they don't get anywhere. But strange things have happened. We've had teams beating other teams that no one's expected before. Let's have a look. Justice for the 97. Who will win out, Poland or Sweden? I thought Wan-Bissaka was French.
Really?
No. Who will win out of Poland or Sweden? My money's on Poland.
I'd say Poland.
I just think with everything going on at the minute, and obviously Poland will want to sort of.
Yeah, Poland obviously have the Lewandowski factor.
Well, yeah, Poland will want to get back to the top, won't they? Then again, Sweden will want to prove a point as well. It's a difficult one, but my money's on Poland personally. I'm going for Poland. No. Jesus Christ. No, I don't. Dear God. Oh, yes, I was going to just say, talking about going to go on to Denmark, wasn't I? Yeah, Christian Eriksen. Now, this is remarkable. I mean, what a way to come back. It's quite a remarkable story, actually. Christian Eriksen obviously played in the Premier League, then playing for Inter Milan. Had the unfortunate situation that I'm not going to say about, but that was 284 days later after having that situation in Euro 2020. He got back into a Denmark shirt, came on the pitch at half time, got a standing ovation from both sets of fans against Netherlands. The entire stadium was applauding. It was a standing ovation from everyone in the stadium. It was beautiful to see. 2 minutes later, puts the ball into the top corner of the net with his first touch, and also gets a round of applause from the full stadium. It's nice to see him back, isn't it, in an international shirt? And a lot of people were, there was a lot of people when the situation happened, that didn't think he would ever be playing football again. Look at him now; he's back in a Denmark shirt, and he's going to be make his home return tomorrow as well, and that's going to be a bit of an emotional one for him, really. But it was great to see him back in a Denmark shirt, and to come back with a goal literally 2 minutes after coming onto the pitch. It's a fairy tale, isn't it? Really, for him, it's superb how he's gone from being in that situation, and he's never given up. He's shown a lot of determination, and he's back doing what he does best. It's brilliant to see. I think it's absolutely superb.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, as you guys probably do. I remember the day it happened. And I remember honestly like watching it. I remember I think I was there with like Kieran and Matthew and my dad, and I think we all sort of thought the worst. Like, it was shocking. Like, I think it's just one of those things where when you look at someone like that, you do sort of think the worst, and you also think he's never going to play football again. I didn't think he'd play football again, and then to see him playing is inspiring. To be fair, it's really great to see, and because people's career, obviously Fabrice Nwamba had a heart attack, but he never played again. So to see Eriksen not only playing but scoring, I mean, it's great. To be fair, I agree with you, Darryl. To be fair, good on him.
I'll tell you what I like the most as well is obviously when this, if we're going back to Euro 2020, and obviously the day where it happened, playing against Finland, just went straight down. And I was sat, I mean, I wasn't doing a stream or anything. I was just having my dinner, and I was sat watching the game, and all I see is just loads of medics on the pitch. I'm thinking, what on earth has gone on here? And then when they said what had happened, I just went, Christ Almighty! It's scary because Christian Eriksen, I believe, is the late 20s, early 30s, nearly, which is still a very young age. But it's a wake up call for, maybe a lot of footballers, because it does seem to happen. It does seem to happen a lot, actually, these sort of situations, and a lot of the time it's always down to working too hard, sort of making your heart, your body work too hard, and that sort of thing can happen. Overfit, you can be overfit. A lot of people say you can't be overfit, but you can be overfit, and your heart can only take so much. And that's, I think he was overfit. I think that was one of the reasons why that happened. But at the same time, it's very scary. You don't want something like that to happen. And certainly, you don't want to see a situation like that, certainly in front of you if you're at the stadium. I mean, it must have been, I know it was scary for him and his family, but I dread to think what it must have been like for the fans in the stadium as well. They didn't really show the fans. They showed the players. The players were emotional. They were scared. Everyone in the stadium was scared. But what I loved was the Finland fans. Even though Denmark-Finland is sort of a Scandinavian clash, I'd say, it's sort of a rivalry. Everyone was stood up chanting his name, and the Finland and Denmark fans were just bouncing off each other, and they were having, they were cheering him on, and that's what I like to see. I like to see it when if some sort of situation happens, that the fans all come together as one, and they don't do like a lot of like what happens with a lot of rivalries, where they just batter each other outside the stadiums. I like it when fans just sort of come together and actually sort of respect each other. And, you know, I know obviously it's difficult with rivalries, but when fans come together after that sort of situation, I thought it was brilliant. Same with the game against Netherlands as well. I thought it was superb when both sets of fans were stood up applauding him as he came back onto the pitch. Because it's remarkable how he's come back and he's actually able to play football again. It just shows the good nature of the game, doesn't it? It's great when you see two sets of fans coming together rather than going at each other. You know, and a situation like that, it's not a situation we want to see again, but there's no guarantees. Personally, there's no guarantees that situation's not going to happen again with another player.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to happen with I saw footballers, like when it happens. I mean, in a way, it's the best place for it to happen because there's so many doctors nowadays with, you know, defibrillators and stuff that, to be fair, that nowadays in a football stadium is probably one of the safest places to have a heart attack. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Yeah, I mean, just because you're fit, just because you're healthy, just because, you know, everything's fine, doesn't mean that you're immune to these sort of things.
That sort of thing's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it is a reminder, really, isn't it?
Well, it's a wake-up call more than anything. Garrick, you got anything to say? I know you're having your tea at the same time, but...
I mean, yeah, I think the main point here is it is definitely remarkable in that, you know, 9 months ago, whenever it was, the Euros, we thought there's not a chance he'd be playing again. And it turns out it is. Obviously, when Mwamba had the heart attack, he retired, and probably I think it happened with a couple of other players as well. So yeah, it's definitely a huge achievement. But it is one of those reminders, I guess. I mean, a few weeks ago, when I was at Parkrun, obviously now obviously we've been more aware. We got defibrillators in more places.
Yeah.
That came in the Parkrun, and then it happened a few weeks ago.
And now since then, more football clubs have actually paid for defibrillators.
Yeah. More events have got
Mask United have got one. Mask United have actually got one at their stadium now. That was never there until Euro 2020 finished.
Yeah.
So, you know, everyone's sort of everyone's like, right, well, there's a wake-up call. We need to get one in this. We need to get one in the stadium in case that happens, because it's not just players you've got to worry about as well. It's fans, because I know recently there's been a lot of people, certainly in the last couple of months, there's been a lot of fans that have been having medical emergencies in the stadiums as well, and you don't like to see it. But at the same time, I think the referees, I think, handle... and I criticise referees so many times for their bad decisions. But I think when that sort of thing happens, I think the referees do the right decision, take the players to the side of the pitch and stop the game. I think that's the right thing to do in that sort of situation. Because you can't have the game going on when something like that is happening. You know, I think the referees make the right decision of stopping the game while them sort of situations happen. And there'll be fans around the world that disagree and say, it's not a place, or it's not a player, or it's not a member staff, blah, blah, blah. The game should still continue. Well, no, because a club, you know, the club's players are with the fans as well. You know, the players worry about the fans worry about the players. You know, everyone sort of as one. I think it's the right decision. People disagree. Well, you know, it's up to you if you disagree, whatever. But I personally think the referees make the right decision of pausing the game.
Yeah, well, I guess it's one of those things where they have to, don't they? I mean, I think it was the referee and also Simon Kjær, was it? The Danish captain? He did quite well as well. I think he got something at the awards, the Ballon d'Or awards, didn't he? Did he get an award or something?
Yeah, I think no, it wasn't him who got an award. It was the Danish medical team. I think it was.
Okay.
I think they got like the Fair Play Award for after what happened. By the way, Aaron Richards has said, "Hey, Kieran, it's Owen, by the way, not Kieran."
Typical. It was always going to happen.
Kieran's
just knew it
brother,
was
by
gonna
the way,
happen.
not Kieran.
Yeah, the
He's
better
having his
looking
tea
one.
because he doesn't have it at 3 o'clock. No, on a Monday when I'm at CVFM, I'm not at CVFM now until May because of Ramadan. Because of Ramadan, I'm not allowed. We're not allowed in the actual studio because all they do now is sort of shows relating to Ramadan for the next month, and that's always been a thing with a lot of community stations around Teesside and a lot of places around the UK as well. When I come on from CVFM, I don't get on till after 2:30. I then put my dinner in the oven. So I have my dinner at 3 o'clock normally. I then have my tea after I've done the stream, which is about nearly 8 o'clock. So I don't have my tea at 3 o'clock. I have my dinner at 3, then I have my tea about 8 after I've done the stream. So there you go. But no, that won't be the case for next couple of weeks. I'm not at CVFM. Currently doing a heist on GTA. That's nice.
Nice.
Yep. Famous Daddy is the heist leader. I doubt it. My dad doesn't play video games. But it's quite fun doing the radio, though. It is. I enjoy doing the radio, and there's obviously sometimes where I don't go in because of different reasons, but I do tend to go in quite a lot. What do you mean? I heard people steal them machines. Well, them people have just got no soul. Quite simply, the people who try stealing are just knobheads. That's all I've got to say. Had a long phone call. That's nice. By the way, good night, John Wayne. Good to see you in the stream again. Good result for the Deutsch the other night. I mean, it was a lousy performance in front of goal, but we'll take it. Glad my club didn't go for someone like him. What do you mean? What do you mean glad your club didn't go for someone like him? Surely you would have took Christian Eriksen at your club. Magnificent player. He's better than half of your team. So Pookie was free. I mean, Pookie's good, but he's not Premier League quality. No chance. You know, and I'm not putting any hate on Norwich, but I am saying this, that Pookie isn't Premier League quality, and Norwich aren't Premier League quality either. So, simple as that. He's a good player in the Championship, don't get me wrong. But I would personally go for Christian Eriksen over someone like Timo Pukki, because Eriksen's got a lot of Premier League experience, and he's a much better player, personally. It is good doing the radio. The other one was not too expensive. Christian Eriksen was on a free. Inter Milan released him because they said he wasn't going to be fit to play football. And then Brentford bought him for free. He went to Brentford on a free. It's just his wages that would thing. But I don't think he's on particularly high wages because Brentford knew that, because I think he knew Brentford wouldn't be able to afford loads of high wages. So, you know, a lot of players these days do take wage cuts. Unless, of course, you're Mbappe, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Levy, or Messi, whatever your name is. But, you know, yeah, wages, obviously. I can understand that, but I don't think these wages are particularly too high, because if they were, Brentford wouldn't be able to afford him either. So, there you go. We've sold out Peterborough. Yep, 3,700. We'll have more away fans than home fans at Peterborough. Let Brentford keep buying these type of players. It'll all come to a bad end. Mate, he's doing all right, but he's actually not done too bad for Brentford. Yeah, he hasn't scored, but he's been involved in quite a lot actually at Brentford, Christian Eriksen. But regardless of which club he's at, it's just nice to see him back in the football shirt and back doing what he does best. But I don't think he's going to be the Christian Eriksen we've been used to seeing. I don't think he'll ever be the same again, personally. But is anyone really after that sort of thing?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, the fact he's even playing at a top level again is remarkable, I think. So, you know, the Eriksen we saw at Tottenham is it's probably not going to be the same there. But, you know, I think. I think to be honest, I think to be honest, he's done pretty well considering what happened.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's just nice to see him. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, people criticise. Oh, people say, oh, he's doing crap. He's playing bad. Blah blah blah. What do you expect? He's only just coming back to playing football. I mean, great way for him to get back into the Danish team. Welcomed brilliantly by he had a warm welcome back from everyone. The Danish national team went on the pitch and scored a goal inside 2 minutes. And what a good finish it was. It was literally in top corner. You know, best way to round. You know, good way to round off what I thought was a decent comeback for him to the Danish team. So it was nice. It was nice to see him. Why do you never type things properly? I think he said to me he's bad at... Well, I don't think he said to me he's bad at spelling, but I think, you know, a lot of people do have bad spelling, you know. It's one of them things. Not everyone's good at spelling. So, you know. That's a nice England T-shirt, by the way. Is that one of the old ones?
Yeah, retro.
I've got...
I think is that Italian 90? I think that's Italian 90, isn't it?
Looks more like you on.
Yeah, the blue one.
Isn't it? Looks more like you on 96.
No.
Oh. Right, I haven't the foggiest, but anyway, I typed two. Where's Liam? Liam's out. He's out on some college trip or something. He said. There you go. Owen, can you do me a favour and let Kieran know he's Cambridge United still in the man. It's easy. He just fantasy football. I
was a bit confused when you first put it up. I thought Kieran and Cambridge United. What's happened? What's happened? What's happened while I've not been with him?
You never know.
What's he doing? What's he doing down in Brighton?
Yeah. Now tell me about it. Right. In the next 5 minutes, all being well, we might, all being well, have Curtis Rand coming in. Now, for those who don't know, he's a Manchester United footballer, which would be great for me. So I'm looking forward to that. If he does come on, that would be great. So I'm looking forward to that. Upcoming streams, I know Mr. Scotty B's been waiting quite a long time for me to tell him. I did forget. But what I will say is not too much in the way of streams, but we've actually got a fair few things going on this week. So coming up this week, tomorrow night, me and Dad are live for England versus Ivory Coast. That is live. We are live from 7:45 kickoff, is it? Yeah, we'll be live from 7:15 tomorrow. We'll be live at 7 because we're going to be on OBS tomorrow. So we'll be live from 7 o'clock tomorrow for the England Ivory Coast game. Sadly for you, Scott, won't be doing Germany versus Netherlands, even though it'll probably be a better game, but you never know. Wednesday night, I'm at Mask versus Gisborough, so the vlog for that will be uploaded on Thursday. Friday, we're live at 5 o'clock for the World Cup 2022 draw, which, speaking of which, we'll get onto that in a moment. Saturday, I was planning on doing Man United Leicester, and then turns out Masker actually at home to heaven, so I'll be going to that. So no stream Saturday. I'll be doing Kevin vlog, and that'll be uploaded some point Saturday night. Sunday, there's absolutely not, and then next Monday, all being well, this week in football. So a fairly busy week. And I'm also planning on going to the Borough Under-23s game, which is at the Riverside Stadium on Friday night after the draw. So I'm planning on going there, but I'm not going to do a vlog for that because I've got enough to worry about this week. So it's got a pretty busy week, actually, for me. So, yeah, make sure you drop a like, subscribe as well. And make sure you got that ding ding. Make sure you got the bell turned on so you don't miss any notifications. And obviously make sure you share the channel around as well, here and to everyone, because the more subscribers you get, the better. We are now officially on the road to 2K. Didn't think I'd be saying that. We are well on the road to 2K. I always say we're on the road to 1.9 or something, but we are now definitely on the road to 2K. We are just over 90 subs away. So we could hit it by the end of the season, but who knows? Who knows? We'll see what happens. Speaking of the World Cup draw, 28 teams have qualified out of a possible 32. Now, this is the final World Cup that is going to have 32 teams because they're going to go to 48 for the next one. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be like the Europa League all over again. So the World Cup 2022 draw will be taking place on Friday evening. And it's meant to start from 5 o'clock in the evening and not in the morning. So 28 teams out of the 32 have qualified, with the other teams yet to come through. Still waiting on the Wales situation, obviously because Scotland haven't played Ukraine with what's going on. We don't know what's happening with that. I will probably be live for that, 5 o'clock. That is. I'm not going on CVFM on Friday anyway. The tournament kicks off at the Al Bayt Stadium in Al-Khar. Right.
Sure.
So the teams that have qualified, 28 teams out of the 32, we're still waiting on Scotland or Ukraine to take on Wales. We don't know what's happening with that. Portugal is still to play against North Macedonia. So there's 2 games yet to be decided. Sweden take on Poland as well. They were given the bye after what's been going on in Russia. So there's at least 3 games. That's at least 3 teams that haven't been decided as of yet. And is there any... And I think there might be a game in a different continent that's still yet to be decided as well. So the 28 teams that have qualified are... If I can find it. Oh, this is good. Can't find it. Let's have a look. Right, qualified teams. That only shows me 19. Right. Hey. Right, here we go. Now, will it tell me here? So right, here we are. These are the teams that have qualified in alphabetical order. Argentina, the world FIFA number 1, which is Belgium, Brazil, Canada, Croatia, Denmark, Ecuador, England, France, Germany, Iran, Japan, Netherlands, Qatar, who already they were through anyway. There hasn't been 28. It said on the thing that there was 28 teams already qualified out of the 32, because there's obviously games that haven't been decided yet. Saudi Arabia, Serbia, South Korea, Spain, Switzerland, and Uruguay. And obviously all in the different continents. The draw, which takes place on Friday, it's saying, right, here we go. Here's something saying how it'll actually work. So it said 28. There's only 20. Oh, it said 28 on the thing. The 32 teams anyway will be split into 4 pots of 8. Now, obviously, pot 1, pot 2, pot 3, pot 4. The teams in the same pot, as same with the Champions League, cannot play against each other. and each pot will be drawn at a time. As the hosts, Qatar are represented by a different colour ball and will be automatically allocated to position A1. So they will be top of Group A to start the draw. The remaining 7 top seeds are then drawn as the primary teams in Groups B to H. FIFA's general principle is to have only one team from each qualification zone in a single group, which means, for example, that Brazil cannot be paired with Ecuador. However, the principle does not apply to UEFA teams. Each group must have at least one, but not more than 2 UEFA teams. 13 places reserved for European teams means 5 out of the 8 groups will have 2 teams from that continent, or maximum of 2 teams from that continent. Intercontinental playoff pairings, AFC teams versus CONMEBOL teams and CONCACAF team against OFC teams is highly likely. 4 seeding categories based on the FIFA rankings as published on March the 31st, 2022. Pot 1 features the host Qatar plus the 7 highest ranked qualified teams. Pot 2 is populated by the next 8 highest ranked qualifiers, and pot 3 includes the next 8 best. So it says it's all based on the team, rankings, isn't it? So pot 1 will be Qatar, pot 2 will be probably Brazil, most likely. Obviously Belgium, all the top teams in the world will be in pot 1. Now, obviously, they're the teams that obviously England will not be coming up against. And I'll tell you the current FIFA rankings at the minute. I had it here somewhere. No, it's gone. Where's it gone? I had it somewhere. Now it's disappeared. Where's it gone? Blah blah blah. Nowhere is it? Oh, I've lost it now. I had the thing that said what the FIFA rankings were, and I can't find it now. Where is it? So this is the FIFA rankings. So the best 8 teams will be the best 8 teams will be in pot A. Or should I say the best 7 teams actually, along with Qatar, because Qatar will be in pot 1 anyway. So Belgium, Brazil, Argentina, England, France, Spain, and it doesn't say who's number 6 will be in that group. So in that pot. So we can't. So England cannot come up against France or Belgium. However, they could still get Germany. So it's very, very complicated. Can't beat making things simple. Don't they just love making things simple? But the draw is on Friday, and it is at approximately 5 p.m. start. It's when it's meant to start 5 p.m. And it's going to be interesting, isn't it? They don't like making things straightforward. They don't like making things straightforward. And it's like BBC One by looks of it as well. But there can only be a maximum of 2 teams from Europe in the same group. So we could end up with just getting teams from CONCACAF. We could get, for example, I know you. We could get. I mean, we won't get any of the big teams, will we? We could get someone like. We could get Canada. We could get Ecuador. We could get anyone. We could get anyone out of Europe as well. It all depends on who's in which pot. So it's all complicated. But who would we like to get? Who would you like us to get in the World Cup? For me, I'd like us to play Canada because I think that would be an interesting game. Ideally, avoid Germany. I have to put up with that twice in the Nations League.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So ideally, don't do that in the World Cup. So I would happily take on. If it was going to be someone from UEFA, I wouldn't mind taking on, if they got through, I wouldn't mind taking on Poland. I think it'd be interesting taking on Poland.
Maybe
Poland, Canada, and Japan, actually. I think that'd be an interesting group. It wouldn't be, obviously, wouldn't be the easiest ones. I think that's sort of more realistic type of group that we'd get. I'd love to get Qatar. I think we'd beat them, but I think realistically, sort of group we'd get would be Poland, Canada, and Japan, or something like that. But I'd like it to be Canada, Qatar, and possibly no, I would like us to play Poland. You know, be able to get revenge on them after they drew against us ages ago. So yeah. I'd like us to get Qatar, Poland, and Canada. Qatar, Poland, and Canada, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Who do you want us to face?
Wait, so what are the rules? You have to have one from each federation.
So, yeah, it's practically one from each confederation.
Right.
Well, there's obviously teams from Oceania as well. But it all depends on who qualifies.
Well, I think
we can have as many teams in the group from one confederation. However, we can only have a maximum of 2 UEFA teams in the same group. So for England, we'd only be allowed one team from UEFA.
Well, part of me kind of wants like one game which is like really tough, get like a France or like a hard team, and then 2 really easy teams like it was in 2018. Like I quite like that because you can test yourself against them, you know. So
if we get Belgium, we've had our chips.
Yeah.
The French fries were made in Belgium.
I think from the other federations, Canada would be good. I don't really want to face America, to be honest. So after that draw we had in 2010, then it's a bit sticky, America. I'd say I agree with you, Canada. So that'd be from like. I don't really fancy any of the like South American teams. To be fair, I don't really.
No, we don't have an amazing record against them.
No, especially not Argentina or Brazil.
Well, we wouldn't get them because they would probably be looking at these the FIFA rankings. We'd probably be in the same pot as them.
Yeah,
and obviously teams can't play against each other. Can't beat making things simple.
Maybe. Are Greece on it now, are they?
I don't think so, no.
In that case, I don't want any of the home nations if they get through. I don't want any of them.
Qatar.
Oh no, not Qatar. I mean, like Scotland or Wales, or I don't want any of them because that just gets too tense.
They would actually probably be in pot 4 for the playoff winners.
I think maybe.
It's all down to the FIFA rankings, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. I guess there are some African teams, like maybe like I don't know. I guess we want to avoid maybe Senegal, but I think I'd take on Algeria if they're or Algeria or maybe like Nigeria if they're going.
All right. Oh, Algeria would be an interesting one. Serbia, Saudi Arabia, and Ecuador. I don't think that would be the easiest group.
It would be an interesting one, though. I think
Germany will be a dark horse in the cup. I don't know. You never know.
I think the Netherlands might be a dark horse with Van Dijk.
Yeah. They got to the final in 2010 and lost to Spain.
Yeah, quite a while ago now then. But And since then, they've lost their main players, I'd say. I mean, no Snyder, no Van Persie.
No Robin.
Robin. No Robin either. So I noticed they've gone quite a bit downhill since then. But, yeah, I mean, these things happen with these teams. But what we all want to see, I think we all want to see Qatar, right? We all want to play Qatar. By what you two have been saying, but then I think it would be interesting playing like a home nation like Wales or something like that, because I think Wales are going through. I just think it would be. I mean, most of the time we win. That's maybe why I'm saying that, but. But yeah, so I don't know who else I'd go for though.
I think it's kind of like you want to be. I want to be careful with saying I want them, because it's almost like jinxing it, and then we'll end up getting them and losing.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone wanted us to play against Scotland, and look how that planned out.
Yeah, and that was at Wembley as well.
That was cack as well.
That was so boring.
One of the most boring games I'd seen whole campaign. It was so lousy. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I thought Euro 2020 was one of the most boring campaigns I'd seen. I thought it was one of the worst Euros. It was poor.
2016.
Not to do with the Eriksen situation, but I just thought there wasn't really any games where I was like, yeah, this has been a good game, apart from Netherlands v Ukraine. That I think the 4-2 game or whatever it was. The game between Croatia and Spain. I thought that was a decent game. Italy Spain was a decent match. England Denmark, but until we got to the quarterfinals, semi-finals, there wasn't really. There was only 2 or 3 games where I was like, yeah, this has been quite a good game. The rest of them were just all rather dull games.
Wasn't there one day where it was 4-3 in both games or something like that? It was. I remember something like that. I don't know.
France-Portugal was 3-3. I think it was 3-3. I can't remember any of the games that were actually 4-3.
I'd probably say 2016 was well worse. That was just.
2016 was up. 2016 was decent, but I think my problem with Euro 2020 was it was in so many different countries and you didn't have a clue which game was in where. So much travelling. And this is why I always think, the World Cup and the Euros should just be either in one country or in 2 countries that are neighbouring. So like France and Spain, Spain and Portugal. Obviously the UK and Ireland is, well, 5 different countries, but, they're relatively close to each other. It's when you've got countries like Euro 2020, with the England, Ireland, Spain, Italy, Denmark, Romania, Hungary. Who else was there? Germany, etc. You got 8 different countries, and they're nowhere near each other. Azerbaijan as well is nowhere near each other. You got loads of countries that are barely anywhere near each other. I mean, if you're going to have it in different countries, have it in countries that are actually practically next to each other. So like Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, Austria, Belgium, that sort of area where they're all literally neighbouring each other. You've got countries that are in the middle of nowhere. It's like having, it's like saying, oh, we're going to have a tournament. They're going to have a World Cup tournament. It's going to be in North America and Australia. Nowhere near each other. If you're going to have it in different countries, have them where they're actually relatively close. Azerbaijan is nearly in Asia. Turkey's nowhere near. There's loads of countries that are they had it in I just thought they completely messed it up by having it in so many countries in Euro 2020. Don't get me wrong, the stadiums are good. There were some good stadiums. There were some good stadiums in the Euro 2020. But I just thought it was too much messing about for the fans. No one knew where they were going. And, I mean, Canada, USA, and Mexico apparently triple, all three of them going in with each other. I can understand that. USA is literally the north part, is literally just north of Mexico, and Canada's north of USA. They're all next to each other. I can understand that. But when you got games in countries that are nowhere near, like Portugal, say we're going to have a tournament, and it's going to be one game in Portugal, one game down in Turkey, one game up in Sweden, all about how many kilometres away from each other. It doesn't make sense, does it? Having loads of countries that are nowhere near each other, because you think the amount of money that people have to pay. Sounds like Dad's going in the bath. Shock. You know. And I'm surprised it costs so much for the fans to go to the games when you're travelling to this country then to another country. I mean, suppose it's good if you like tourists. Tourists. If you like tourism, but I just don't. I don't understand why they have countries. Why they have games in countries that are nowhere near each other. Samzi's made a good point. Portugal, Zimbabwe, and Pakistan will be next. It's if they're close to each other, like the USA, Mexico, and Canada, I can understand that because there's not far travel. But when you're going from say England all the way to Azerbaijan, from West Europe to the far east of Europe, it's a bloody heck of a journey. And you have to make loads of different journeys. Yeah. I just think they completely cocked it up by doing that.
I think like a major tournament, like when it's in like one country, it just feels better. Yeah. Like it's just better. Like the whole atmosphere, like the whole point is like everyone's meant to be in like one place.
2016 in France, there was different. There was loads of different fans. I mean, there was Wales fans and Ireland fans and England fans and multiple fans that were just sort of mixing together and having a good time. When you go into different countries, you don't get that.
I mean, the main issue is like especially if your country wasn't a host, you have to go around the whole of Europe to watch all your games. When usually you just go to this one country and you just go to that city. It's not really that hard. But when you have to go all across Europe, it's really hard to do that. Like it's not cost efficient at all. But
it's strange, but it's one of them things. Remember when the Europa League final was Arsenal-Chelsea? Had it in Azerbaijan. It didn't sell out.
They only had about...
No, it's not that it... You're forgetting something here. It's not that it didn't sell out. Azerbaijan's... The stadium in Baku, the Olympic Stadium in Baku, holds over 60,000, right? Both teams were only given 15,000.
I thought it was less than that. I thought it was something like 5,000 for each team. It was
something like 10 to 15,000 each, and it was the worst place for the Europa League final. Absolutely ludicrous it was.
I don't see why like Champions League, Europa League finals aren't adapted to who gets in the final. Like that was an all English final in Azerbaijan. Like why?
It's all down to I think they decide where it's going to be. I mean, this year's Europa League final could feature West Ham. It could actually feature West Ham and Rangers, an English club and a Scottish club in Seville.
That's not as bad. But
it's because they decide where the final's going to be held and who's going to be the ambassador before the season even starts. But I mean, it was silly having it in Baku. I didn't understand that.
But couldn't there be a way of like adapting it, like having 3 grounds lined up, and then just pick the most suitable one? I don't know.
Who knows? You never know.
It's all about money in the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's strange. It is strange, isn't it? Well, these days it's modern football. What do you expect? I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I've got nothing against Qatar. I've never been to Qatar, but apparently it's a lovely country. I just didn't understand why they had the World Cup there when they didn't even have any actual stadiums.
Well, from what's been around a lot, it's to do with...
Been loads of stuff going on about it.
Well, it's to do with apparently FIFA were corrupt at the time, and that was...
Haven't they been corrupt throughout their entire journey?
Well, that's something we can't be sure of, but what it seems like, yeah. But I mean, it does say something like Qatar, like they're not even much of a footballer nation. When have you ever played Qatar in the whole history of England playing? When have we ever played Qatar?
I don't actually know if we ever have.
Yeah, exactly. We don't remember anything. They're not a big footballer nation. Like, what have they won? When was the last time they qualified for a World Cup?
I mean, this is the first time they've qualified for the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're hosting it. Just to let you know, looking at the England record, we have never ever played Qatar.
Yeah, exactly.
I've played my guitar before. No, sorry. I don't play guitar.
Right.
Next stream is Sunday evening. Oh, is there a stream later does with Liam on his channel? No. I'm on Liam's channel on Sunday. After the on Sunday, so I wasn't going to say we've got the. I was saying we got nothing on Sunday, and then I'm forgetting. It's the Papa John's Pizza Trophy final on Sunday, which I'm going to be live for, and the winner gets a life supply pizza. I mean, what a silly name for a tournament, the Papa John's Pizza Trophy, and the winner gets a large 16-inch pizza. I mean, Jesus Christ. Sutton against Wotherham, and the winner of, and I mean, if Sutton win, it'll be all of a Sutton, wouldn't it? Right, yeah, well, silly name, Papa John's. I don't know where they get half of these stupid names from, but it's one of them things, isn't it? One in the west, one in central, one in the east, and then they pick the best for the final. Yeah, precisely. You know, I just don't think there's any sort of... I don't think they actually sort of plan out what's actually going to happen. I just think they make things up as they go along. Sounds like me half the time, but I don't know why. They just seem to make things up as they go along. Oh, right. This country's never hosted it. We'll give it to them. Seoul hosted it, so we'll give it to them. They can never make their mind up. They're just like, we'll just do what we like. You know, we'll do what we like.
A bit off topic, but didn't you say you had like a Mars player coming on?
I said I might be. I didn't say 100% definitely, but I'll just see. He said he'd be on after 7. Obviously, there was no guarantees it was actually going to get on. He said he'll try and get on if he can. I said we'll be on till probably like after 7:30. He's probably forgotten actually, so I wouldn't be surprised. If he doesn't come on, then it doesn't matter. He'll probably come on another time. I'll have a look actually while I'm at it. It was meant to be, but it was. He sent me a message saying, he said, yeah, I'll be on hopefully after 7, but yeah, you don't know. You never know. You never know. Have a look. Tell the boys about the big pizza. Scotty B sent me a photo of, I don't know if you know, Wait My Takeaway. Big guy.
Oh,
He had a 30-inch pizza.
Nice to know.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. That was big as a table. Absolutely unique.
So he's around here. He does a lot of his stuff in Leeds. Like, I've probably seen him before actually.
He's been to Middlesbrough for Parmo once.
Mm.
See if they could do it together on you. No, I don't think anyone would be able to manage it. A 30-inch pizza. Bloody Christ, mate. That's enough to feed a shark. Yes, I have seen the comments. I'm on the ball today. I wasn't on the ball as such last time, but I am now. Sorry, I've actually missed one or two comments here. What was this? He's put got a goal. Right, yes, no problem. What was the comment I missed? BY. Oh, right, that's nice. No drinking there. You mean no drinking there? No drinking. I don't know where you're actually on about. I think in other rules, what people in the West is different. Right. I don't actually know what he's going on about. Whether he's going on about an old topic that I've completely forgotten about. No, I don't think it's. I don't think Curtis is going to come on tonight by the looks of it. I mean, he hasn't seen the message, so. Oh well. If he doesn't, never mind. I say he'll probably come on another week. A round table, yeah. He's in Leeds a lot. Right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Wait, my takeaway. If it's a Donna Rap, 10 out of 10 easily. Like me Donna Raps. I like a good Donna Rap. Right, well, we're sat here doing Saddle. I don't think there was anything else I had planned to talk about. No. Oh, England. I've put England in the thumbnail and I've literally forgot to mention them once in the entire hour and a half. What a tit. Yeah, well, we'll talk about this quickly because, I mean, the game itself against Switzerland I didn't think was particularly good. But against Ivory Coast tomorrow, realistically, we should win, but I think Ivory Coast will be a tough test for us, certainly with Wilfred Zaha.
Yeah, I mean they're a good team. If in Africa they're one of the top teams, aren't they? So it's going to be close. And to be fair, if we play like we did a lot of the time against Switzerland, it could be troublesome. So yeah, I mean, I've got to be honest, gents. I didn't watch the game against Switzerland. I was actually watching Charles.
Well, you didn't miss much. We were lousy.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter people complaining. To be fair, so yeah, it was one of those ones.
I think we should have been about 3 down at half time.
Yeah,
Brian Mbolo he caused absolute problems for us. Our defence just couldn't cope with him. Every time he was on the ball, it was bye. Simple as that. He had plenty of shots. Shaqiri played really, really well as well, by the way. He got the assist for Mbolo's goal. Put a good ball in, then Mbolo with a bullet header and Pickford just rooted to the spot. He watched it go in. Didn't really stand much chance, to be honest. Luke Shaw's goal was really good, though. He hit it on the edge of the box first time, and it went into the top corner. And then the winner was a penalty, which was blatant, but it wasn't a good performance. I thought it was absolutely poor. I mean, how do you think we'll do tomorrow against Ivory Coast? We know Ivory Coast are a good side, don't get us wrong, but they're a team that we should beat, realistically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, we should, but as it is, we weren't the best against Switzerland, but obviously playing. We'll probably be playing the second team, so we don't really know, but yeah.
What's this? Breaking news. What's this? John Stones has left the England camp and returned to Manchester City after withdrawing from the starting lineup before Saturday's 2-1 win against Switzerland due to injury. So John Stones is out. That's another Man City defender out. So it means Harry Maguire is going to be back in again.
Great.
3-1 England, 4-0. I won't be taking predictions tonight. I'll be taking them on the stream tomorrow when we're on from 7 o'clock. Me and Dad on tomorrow, 7 o'clock. This is England. We don't keep a clean sheet. I've said that before to people. Exactly.
But I guarantee you, though, Stones will be like a miracle back just in time for the Premier League. That's how it is. A lot of the players just can't be arsed with an England friendly, so they pull out, make out the real or they're injured, and then surprise, surprise, they're back in time for the Premier League.
Yeah, it's funny that,
Breaking news. The famous daddy's gone down the plug hole. I don't think so. I don't think so. I demand a FIFA-wide lockout. Right.
Yep.
Did you know, I saw this car go past my house earlier on, and it was being driven by a sheep that was wearing a swimsuit. It was a Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
Yeah, that was bad, wasn't it? There you go. Feeling a bit sheepish after that, mind. I'm not going to lie.
It's triple
Three for the price of
threat.
one, then. There you go. Oh, yeah, triple. Oh, yes. You know I like the good comebacks as well.
Sheer brilliance.
Yeah, of course. We haven't done it. We haven't done this in a while, but do you want a game of guess it?
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah.
Well, I can do it.
We haven't actually. When was the last episode we actually did it? It's been a while.
I don't even know.
So obviously Garrick's not been on the last 2 weeks with his mocks, which obviously mocks are very important. Don't forget, of course. When do you sit your real ones?
No.
Not very long then.
No.
They've done them a bit late. It turns out I'd actually did my mocks in January, February time. It gave us enough time to prepare for the.
Yeah, same.
It doesn't give you very long to prepare, does it?
Yeah, but to be fair, I
no, mine were in June. Mine were in June actually. End of May, June time was when my exams were. Last one I think was 16th of June.
Well, the thing with mocks is that I kind of. I just said I don't really worry about the results of them because I failed English in my mock and then I got an A in my real one. So I mean,
yeah.
Not to say you're going to fail, Gary.
I failed. I failed English. I didn't fail. Did I fail? No, I think I failed English literature, but passed English language in the mocks. Science. I think I got a 3 in biology. I got a 3 in biology because I was doing combined science. So because I was doing combined, I didn't actually pass science in the mocks. So there was 1 or 2 things I didn't pass in my mocks. When the real exams came and I got my results, all 4s, I passed every single thing. English literature, biology, or combined science, whatever it is. Music, arts, science, maths, English, language, English literature, drama as well. I passed every single GCSE. So, it can be done. It can be done. And by the way, I didn't revise. I barely revised for the maths exam because I knew. Because I just know when it comes to maths, I'm good at maths. I've never failed. I've never failed a maths test. So... I've always been pretty good with maths. So, I did do a little bit of revision here and there, but I didn't revise very much for the maths one. It was mostly English literature. The English literature is the fun part. Because the problem with mine was we had to do Romeo and Juliet. and obviously
Okay.
Shakespeare, and you can't understand the word he's on about. So
I think we might have done Macbeth. I think.
Yeah, we're
I
done.
did Macbeth at Middlesbrough College as a sort of a performance thing. Did Macbeth, and that was I was the what was I? I was
Macbeth.
the no.
Were you his wife?
I was was it the lock keeper or something? The guy with the keys.
Oh, what into the
The guy with the keys got like his own monologue or something. I can't remember what it was.
All I remember is the woman washing her hands and the blood can't get the blood off because she's guilty.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Liam's joined us out with the blue.
Oh, hello, Liam.
Hey.
Joined us a bit late, but
A bit dark there.
Joined us a bit late, but oh well. Well, while you're here, Liam, I'm not going to talk about the Ipswich game because I know you weren't
No,
too
thanks.
about that. What were your thoughts on the England game on Saturday?
Don't even ask me because I don't even watch much of it.
You didn't even watch it. Oh, well, there you go then.
No.
Well, that was a waste of time.
Friendlies, mate. Don't even bother me.
Friendlies, yeah. Right, well, there you go. That was a waste of time, wasn't it? Well, what were your thoughts on Canada coming into the World Cup then?
I thought it's really good. To be fair, I've got a person on Twitter. I said to him, "It's great to see Canada in the World Cup," and he said, "Yeah, he was very happy about it." So, yeah, he was happy about it. So was I. I mean, I think it's the first time since 1980.
I was pleased for Dave.
First time since 1986. I think.
1986. When they win the 1986 World Cup, they were described as the worst ever World Cup team.
Good.
But I think their team is completely different now. And now they've got Jonathan David, they've got Davies. Do you see them posing a threat? Depending on what team it is, I suppose.
It depends which teams are getting the group stage.
If it's England, bye.
Yeah.
But then again, we'll probably still struggle. You know what England are like in these major tournaments. Struggled against British Scotland. So, you know, who knows? Canadian Mandarins from the northeast. Who's that? Well, it's not Steve Bruce. Yeah, fair enough. Are you watching? You're on the stream with me tomorrow, aren't you, Liam? From Ivory Coast. You're saying 4-0. So you think we'll win comfortably, then, by the looks of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually looking forward to that game. I don't normally look forward too much to these international friendlies. But Ivory Coast is going to be an interesting one. And you look at Ivory Coast, Wilfred Sahara, I'm hoping he plays because I'll be looking forward to seeing how he does against England. So obviously we know what he's like in the Premier League. He's a really good player in the Prem. And Ivory Coast, they've got some good teams. And also, I mean, he doesn't play anymore, but he used to have the legend Jermaine Defoe. Not Jermaine Defoe. He used to have Didier Drogba. I don't know how we got his name mixed up. But they used to have Didier Drogba. They used to have some really good players. And their team on paper is actually rather decent. So I think we might be in for. I'd say it might be a decent game tomorrow when we play against them. I say, how long has it been since have we ever played these? No, we've never actually played against them before. They lost 2-1 to France last minute and did rather well. They've got some good players in their team. Sahar, Sebastian Haller, Nicolas Pepe. That's their front three. Nicolas Pepe, Sahar, and Haller. Good front three. Frank Kessie, who we've seen in the Serie A before. Stanguer, plays for PSV. Good defender. Not defensive midfield, sorry. Jean-Michael Seri, who plays for Fulham, doing really well for Fulham as well. Sanguer's in goal. That's a different player. Serge Aurier, we know him only well. Willie in defence, Willie Bolly. Man United player, Eric Bailly. And also Conan from Stade Reims. And then you've also got who else have we got here? Is there any other Premier League players? Oh yeah, Cornet from Burnley. There's Hassan Kamal from Watford. Max Gradel, a player we've heard of before. And also, today, isn't he from the... No, he's not from the Fram. And I think that's it for the sort of the main players we know. You look at that starting 11, you think, that's a really good side. It'll be a tough test for us, I think. Certainly with Zaha Pepe, and Haller as that attacking three. It's a good front three, really, isn't it? You got 2 Premier League talents, and then you've got one, the second Champions League top scorer, who's been superb for Ajax. That front three, I think, will do quite decent against our defence, because I know our defence is a bit accurate in recent times. Our defence has been pretty poor, so we'll have to be on our toes against them.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
I do see funny enough. I mean, I don't see why not.
Looking forward to seeing Eric Bailly play as well.
Yeah.
What annoys me is that, one, Ollie never played him, and now Walsh doesn't play him, and it does irritate me because I think Eric Bailly is a good defender. He's one of United's probably better defenders. You got Maguire, better centre back. Sorry, you got Maguire and Lindelof, both cack. You play Bailly and Varane, and I think we'd see a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Basically, they're saying they got no chance. 6-1.
Too right. What is that?
Well, when have the bookies ever been wrong?
6-1. Right.
Yeah, quite a lot of times I've put a bet on Argo before, right? Oxford away last. No, Oxford away last season. Was it last season or this season? Sorry, this season. We was 3-1 to win, and we won 3-1. So yeah.
Fair enough.
And then you put a bet on them winning against Ipswich and lost.
Yeah. I'll put a bet on us. I'll put a bet on us many times this season.
Yes. And after time, never won. Anyways, we'll finish off with a game of Guess Who. We were going to do it, and then obviously Liam came in, so I thought we'd get Liam involved. We'll go in... we're going to go in anti-clockwise order this time. We normally go clockwise. We'll go anti-clockwise. So I'll guess Liam's. Liam can guess Gareth. Gareth can guess Owen, and no one can guess Matt. And hopefully we won't be here all night. So Liam, obviously, for those who don't know the rules, obviously the lads know, but for anyone in live chat, we have to pick. We have to pick players from the top 5 leagues, which are the Prem, Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, and Ligue 1. And it can be any one of the clubs. One rule is you can't pick a player from your favourite club. So, for example, Liam can't go for a player from United. Obviously, the big club can't go for a player from United, but Gary could, because he's not a United fan. Say, Gary can't go for anyone from Brighton, but I could. So, it's whichever player you're thinking of cannot be from your own club. Quite simply, it's got to be a player from top 5 leagues, and then we have 10 questions. So I'm guessing for Liam, think of a player, and then we'll.
Liam's eating at a minute.
Eh?
I said Liam's eating at a minute, so yeah.
Well, you can multitask.
I'm eating nuggets.
Or is that from McDonald's or any other?
Really? Yeah.
No, I was gonna be like Ty and say other fast food restaurants are available.
No, mate.
That's what I get. I get 20. I get 20 share box.
I once saw McDonald's being delivered in a Lamborghini, and that was fast food. Okay. Are you ready, Liam?
Say again, sorry?
Are you ready?
Yes.
Right. Here we go. God help us. Question 1. So, top 5 leagues. Serie A or Bundesliga?
Yeah, no.
Right. Premier League.
Yes.
What a surprise. So we're down to 19 clubs because it cannot be from United.
No.
So 19 teams after 2 questions. Big 6 side.
Top 6 this season, basically, is that what you're saying?
No. Big 6. Arsenal, Chelsea, United. Well, it won't be United. So City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs.
Yes.
Oh, well, there you go. 5 already. We're only 3 questions in. Good start. Chelsea or Liverpool?
Nope.
Right. Who's the guy eating? It's Liam. So it's not Chelsea or Liverpool. So it's Arsenal, Spurs, or City. That was question 4. So question 5. Is it City?
No.
Right. Good. So it's Arsenal or Spurs. So it's question 6. Spurs.
Yep.
Right. Why are you asking if people support racism? No one supports racism on this channel.
It's
Right.
what you don't answer these questions because if you make like an error,
What was that? Question
that could
6? Was that?
ruin reputation.
Was it question 6 or 7? So I said, Serie A Bundesliga was wrong. Premier League, Big 6, yes. Chelsea, Liverpool, no. City, no. Arsenal, Spurs, yes. Spurs, yes. So that's question 7. Question 8. I haven't even got position yet. Spit. Goalkeeper or defender?
No.
Right, so it's a midfielder or forward. Has he recently joined?
No. No, he hasn't.
Oh, right. I couldn't say it would have been an interesting question.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So midfielder or forward? Forward?
Yeah.
So it's a forward. Oh. Not many. Son, Kane, Lucas Moura, is Stefan Bergwijn.
Bergwijn, yeah.
I was going. Kulusevski is a forward, but you said he hasn't. You said no to the recently joined one, so it can't be Kulusevski because he's only recently joined. So I'm down to 4 options, and I think considering we were talking about England, I'm going to say Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Yes, so there we go. Good start. Hello, Sam. Welcome to stream.
Right, so Liam has to guess my player. Okay.
Good. 1 out of 4, I think. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Good. Oh, bye, phone.
I thought it was an iPhone, not a biphone.
Very funny.
iPhone.
Yeah. This is an iPhone.
Anyway, yeah, so Liam, you can go ahead.
Oh, Liam might have gone.
He's gone by.
Bye. Wait.
Hi, hello.
Hello. So, you can get my player?
I'm guessing you won't know.
Hey, can't beat a laugh this time.
Oh, the Xbox is on.
Yeah. I can multitask.
You're asking the questions.
Yeah.
Right.
Today, thank you. It might help if I connect my controller.
Don't want to rush you or anything, but we do want to get this show done before midnight.
Yes.
God.
Right, it's connected. Good. Right. Is your player from the Prem, Serie A, or Bundesliga?
Yep.
The thing is, will you go a different league? That's the thing.
Question 2.
Serie A?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
He's done a me.
he's not allowed to do that. That's me and you's joke. No.
He can do what he likes, actually. It doesn't have our names written on it.
The copyright.
So, not Serie A.
Is it Prem?
Nope.
Oh, God.
Is it Serie A then?
He's got Bundesliga then, hasn't he?
For
Sorry,
once,
Liga.
someone in the Premier League, yeah.
Sorry, what, Garrick?
I said for once, someone out of the Premier League.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Is the player from the top 6 in the Bundesliga?
I can have a look.
I don't want 60 XP, eh? Come on.
Bye. Top 6 in the Bundesliga. Doubt it.
Just hurry up. Please.
By the way, 81 plus player picks come out, just to let you know.
That's nice.
I'm just gonna say yeah. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure but
Oh, stick.
yeah, so yeah they are.
Top 6.
I can't even look at the. Well, Bayern's top, Dortmund's second. Who's third? Is a player from Bayern?
No.
Cars have me.
Is
I
the
don't
player? Huh?
I don't let you off that easily.
I'd have got it if it was. That's question 5, by the way. You're on question 6 now.
Okay. Is the player either a defender, midfielder, or striker?
You might as well just say, is he a goalkeeper?
Is he anyone? You
Rather
should
than
eliminate
say is he a goalkeeper, you just said every single position.
Not the goalkeeper, but yeah, cool. We're wasting a question, but
So, question 7 now.
You said yeah, right? Sorry.
Yeah. Well, he's not a goalkeeper.
Good. Is he a centre back?
Yeah.
Good.
Right, that's 7. So there's a
A
centre
centre
back.
back. Just to remind you, a centre back in a Bundesliga team.
I have a
That
clue.
isn't.
Is that allowed?
Oh yeah, clearly.
I think that's still a thing. Yeah.
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 This player did originally play for Bayern.
Freaking hell, that helps.
That's me. Originally.
Did you mention play for Bayern?
I think he went back and forth actually from this team.
Was a defender.
Yeah.
Well, if you know a player that's played for Bayern and well, yeah, I guess it would help more if you knew who the team was. But
I think I figured it out.
I don't have a clue. Mr. Liam.
You're on question 8, by the way, so you still got question 8.
You seen Scotty's comment?
Yes, that's not fell down the plug hole.
I don't have a well.
You're on to question 8, by the way, so you still got the question. So it's a centre back that used to play for Bayern. You haven't actually worked out which club it is yet. All you know is it's not Bayern.
Yeah.
You've got 3 more questions.
I genuinely don't have a clue. I mean, like, yeah, no.
you're gonna forfeit.
Well, you've
Yeah.
got 3 more questions, so
You're actually gonna forfeit. Wow.
Yeah.
You may as well just take 3 stabs in the dark.
Was it maths?
Yeah.
Thought it was. As soon as he said it was a farm buyer plane and it was the centre back, Matt's
I
almost.
thought that'd be a good clue, especially if it found out it was Dortmund. You had 3 more questions to find out.
So. I knew as soon as you said the farmer buyer plane, it's a centre back. I'm thinking, come on.
Dang, man.
Oh well,
And
that went well. Never mind.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was at Dortmund before and then moved to Bayern.
He was
and then came back.
Yeah, he went to Bayern from Dortmund, and then last season he went back.
Weren't he at Mönchengladbach before Dortmund in the first place?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I don't know that. I don't know that far. He may have been, actually. I don't know. Not so much. Yeah, not so much. No, he was that bad. He started his career at Bayern in 2006, then went to Dortmund, then went to Bayern in 2016-17, then went back to Dortmund.
He's done
I remember that was 3 seasons ago, actually. I didn't realise it was that long ago. Right, it's Owen Gary.
Yeah, I've got a guess. So
Okay, wait, I need to get. Have I got a player? Yeah, I do. Okay, guess away.
I do.
Oh, me.
I think the easiest way to refine in the first place is it a player in the Premier League or the Bundesliga?
Yes.
Okay. Premier League?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, not being invented time to my advantage. Okay, so just got to remember who's in the.
Well, let me get the table up here. So
You don't even know the Prem table.
Yeah, I've just got to remember who's wearing the table before I ask. Okay, let's do. Are they in the top? Is the team he plays for in the top 10?
no, not at the moment. No.
10. So you're looking at Norwich, Burnley, Newcastle, Could be a Brighton player, although I doubt it.
It could be.
I've gotten there. So Bones, Newcastle, Watford, Leeds, Everton, any of those. So let's pick. I'm going to half it again, I think. Does this player play for any of Norwich, Leeds, Everton, Brighton, and who on? Norwich, Leeds, Everton, Brighton. Let's pick one other. Southampton. Oh.
No.
Leeds,
No.
Norwich, Everton.
No.
May as well just at the bottom three.
So it's not. So I'm left with Burnley. Watford. Does this player play for Burnley or Watford?
No.
What? What?
So it could be. Who's left? Who's left? You
must be missing.
You what?
Brentford.
I don't know what you want now. Question 5.
Yeah.
Uh,
It could be Palace, Villa, maybe. Or Wolves, but I think they're higher up, so it's only Wolves. Palace, Brentford, Villa, Leicester, maybe.
no, question 6. No, you want to. Question 6.
Right, okay. Is it a Palace, Villa? Yeah, Palace or Villa player?
Yes, it is.
Thank God for that.
Palace or Villa? Villa?
No.
Yeah, no.
So it's a Palace player. Yeah, that's it. Of course, you're not doing that. Picking Palace players. Okay. Okay.
That's 7. So.
What question am I on?
Question 8 coming up.
Question 8. Okay.
So it's Palace.
Is it a defender or midfielder?
No.
Oh,
It's a goalkeeper or striker. Question 9, I think you said. So is it a striker?
No.
It's a goalkeeper then.
By the way, forward is a left wing and right wing as well.
Mm.
So it's a Palace keeper. I think I'm
So
just
it's a goalkeeper, left wing or right winger.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a goalkeeper, left winger, right winger. Mm.
Oh.
That might be a bit of a clue.
By the way, this is your final question.
I can give you a clue if you want before your final question, or you don't want.
Oh yeah. Go ahead then. Go ahead.
He was mentioned a little bit earlier.
Yes.
Talking about, he was mentioned a little bit earlier.
Right, it's going to be Zaha then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wilfried Zaha.
Yeah.
If it was a keeper, would you've got it?
Probably.
Is it just Wayne Hennessy or?
Well, Wayne Hennessy thinks he'll have Sky.
Whatever he's called.
Gaeta at the minute.
Oh, Gaeta, yeah.
Gaeta and his friend Maneater.
So is it my turn to guess yours, Des?
Yes. Have fun.
All right. Sounds good. So you got a player, have you?
Yes.
Okay. Is he in the Bundesliga or the Serie A?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. Is he in the Premier League or Ligue 1?
yeah, no. Oh,
So he's anyway. So what does that leave?
Well, league.
France. Yeah.
that leaves another question, mate.
Well, now it's in the Liga now. So Do they play for either Real Madrid or Barcelona?
No.
Okay. So that's my third question, wasn't it? Or fourth?
Yeah.
Okay, so not Real Madrid, so it's going to be. Surely it's not going to be one of the lower down teams. I'll try. So it's probably going to be a Villarreal or like Valencia or Atletico. Do they play for one of Villarreal, Valencia, or Atletico?
Yep.
Okay. Do they play for Atletico?
No.
Okay. Oh, what question am I on now? 5, is it, or 6? I think maybe because I asked like twice about the leagues, and then I asked about.
Question 6 now.
Okay, question 6. So it's going to be one of Villarreal, Valencia. Do they play for Villarreal?
Yep.
Okay. Are they a midfielder or forward?
Yep, that was question 8.
Oh, question 8. So I've got what? How many questions? 2 more.
So you got 2 more, and also the clue.
Okay.
Well,
So
at this point, it's probably not much point because you narrowed it down. So,
is this player Spanish?
yep.
Okay. So midfielders and forwards from Villarreal. I mean, they've got Gerard Moreno. They've got Danny Parejo in the midfield. Okay. So I've got one more question. Do I have one more question? Then I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a forward?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's a Spanish midfielder for Villarreal. Well, because they play the French guy. What's his name? I can't remember. It's the Capu. They play Capu and Parejo.
Listen, you can't think of a French guy if he's not French.
You know, I'm trying to narrow it down. The only Spanish midfielder I can think of is Danny Parejo. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for Parejo.
Yes, it is.
Ah, phew. That was good though.
Yeah.
Who was it, sorry?
Parejo.
Parejo, yeah.
And you know why I picked him? Because I just got him out on 81 player pick. There you go. Well, what was that? 3 out of 4, practically there. So we didn't do too bad. I mean, as soon as Liam didn't know who was from Bayern, I was like, this is going well. So I was going to say, by the way, named after shirt makers. Almost. So, but it's one of them things. Well, I think we've been on for quite a while, actually, but it's been a good time.
Over 2 hours.
Yeah, it's been decent, though, hasn't it? Curtis has just messaged me, by the way, and he said, sorry, Dazzle, I was at the physio, just leaving the ground now. I think he's at the GER, I think. So he wasn't available in the end, which is a shame, but never mind. Coming up this week, by the way, I'm live tomorrow with England versus Ivory Coast with Dad, so make sure you tune in to that live from 7 o'clock tomorrow. Wednesday night, I'm at Mask United versus Gisbert. That vlog will be uploaded on Thursday, some point Thursday. Probably be Thursday after Moan, because I'm not free on Thursday morning, so it'll be Thursday after Moan.
Just got Gavani, yes.
That's nice. And then Friday, we are live again for the World Cup tour.
I'm not on about that. I just got 2 untradeable players. It says it says already owned. Already owned.
2 untradeable duplicates.
Already owned. It's Partey and it's Alaba. Sorry, Alba. From Barcelona. Yeah, him.
Right.
All
I've got 2 words. That's nice.
Yes, Ojabal, get in.
Right.
No.
So live for the World Cup draw on Friday, all being well. Saturday, I'm at Mask versus Heaven, so that vlog should be uploaded.
I just got cheeky little Kate on Navas. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Never known anyone get so excited over packing Navas. Anyways, Sunday I'm live for the Papa John's Trophy final between Rotherham United and Sutton, and if Sutton do win it, it'll be all of a Sutton. We'll see how that game pans out, and also Liam Martin's channel Sunday night afterwards as well. So a lot of things to look forward to. The only day that you're not going to see anything on the channel is Wednesday. So very, very busy week for me. And then next week, obviously, we'll be back on Monday night, all being well, with This Week in Football, episode 31. Yeah, I can't believe we're already 30 episodes.
It's 31.
Whatever you call it. Anyway, 31. That's how it's 8 in Ireland. But there you go. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Just before we go, Nick Muller says 1-0 to the football team. Anyways, lads, thanks very much for joining us tonight. Obviously, Liam, who came on in the end at some point. I wasn't actually expecting him to come on, but he came on in the end, which was interesting. Had a bit of a laugh. Hopefully England can win tomorrow, and it's back to Football League action on Saturday. Can't wait. Can't wait. This should be interesting. Thanks, lads. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And from obviously, we will see you. Well, I will. We won't. We'll all see you next month. We'll see you all next Monday. Hopefully for This Week in Football next week. Me and Liam are live tomorrow though on here with the game between England and Ivory Coast, and we will actually be on OBS, so we won't be on here. We'll be on OBS. Okay. I've already done like a 5-hour stream on here, so I've already used like 7 or 8 hours already. On here. So we'll be on OBS tomorrow. Me and Liam will be with you as well as Dad, and we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.